I told my daughter she cannot introduce her African-American boyfriend to her grandparents. My daughter Emma came to me last month saying she wanted to bring her boyfriend Trevor to Sunday dinner at my parents' house. Now let me be clear, Trevor is an amazing kid. He's pre-med at the local college, volunteers at the animal shelter, and treats my daughter like absolute gold. The problem wasn't Trevor, the problem was my parents. See, my parents grew up in rural Kentucky in the 1950s. They still use words that make me cringe and have never actually met a black person they couldn't avoid. When Emma started dating Trevor 6 months ago, I was thrilled because he made her happy, but I knew introducing him to my parents would be a disaster. So when Emma asked, I panicked and said no. She looked at me like I'd slapped her and asked why. I mumbled something about timing and how they weren't ready to meet any boyfriend yet. She saw right through it. Dad, is this because Trevor's black? She asked. I felt my stomach drop. I tried to explain about her grandparents' background, how they were from a different time, how I was just trying to protect Trevor from their ignorance, but Emma was furious. So you're just going to keep him hidden forever? What happens when we get married? What about our kids? She was crying now. I thought you liked him. I love Trevor, I said. That's exactly why I don't want to subject him to their garbage. She stormed out and didn't talk to me for 3 days. Meanwhile, Trevor kept texting me asking if he'd done something wrong. This kid was worried he'd somehow offended me when the real problem was my racist parents. Finally, Emma came back with Trevor. They sat me down at the kitchen table and Trevor looked me dead in the eye. Mr. Johnson, Emma told me what happened. I appreciate you wanting to protect me, but I can handle myself. I've dealt with people like your parents my whole life. Then Emma dropped the bomb. Dad, we're going to Sunday dinner this week, with or without your support, but I'd rather have it. I realized I had two choices. Keep enabling my parents' racism by protecting them from consequences, or stand up for what's right. I chose my daughter and Trevor. That Sunday, I called my parents and told them Emma was bringing someone special. When they asked who, I said, her boyfriend Trevor. He's black, he's brilliant, and he makes her happy. You can either be respectful, or we can leave. My dad started sputtering about those people, and my mom got all flustered, but I cut them off. I'm serious. One racist comment and we're gone. Emma's happiness matters more than your comfort zone. Sunday came and I was nervous as hell. We walked in and my parents were sitting there looking like they were about to face a firing squad. Trevor walked right up to my dad, stuck out his hand and said, Mr. Johnson, nice to meet you, sir. Emma talks about you all the time. My dad reluctantly shook his hand. My mom barely made eye contact. Dinner was awkward as hell for the first 20 minutes. But then Trevor started talking about medical school and mentioned he wanted to specialize in rural medicine to help underserved communities. My dad, who's always complained about the lack of doctors in small towns, actually perked up. By dessert, Trevor was showing my mom pictures of the puppies at the animal shelter, and she was melting. Turns out the woman who I thought was hopelessly racist just needed to see Trevor as a person, not a stereotype. When we left, my parents hugged both Emma and Trevor. My mom even invited him back next Sunday. In the car, Emma squeezed my hand. Thanks for standing up for us, Dad. I realized I'd been so worried about protecting everyone that I almost became part of the problem. Trevor's been to 12 Sunday dinners now.